lovelies, it's Elizabeth here from Our Darling Memories, and today I'm going to be going through my process for week 16 in my 2018 project life. So here I am just taking all of my photos and kind of placing them where I think they will go on my layout. I have already decided on a kit for this week since I'm using a lot of dark blues and greens and yellows. I decided I was going to use the Feed Your Craft Grow Wild kit, and I believe that came out in February of this year. I don't think it's available anymore, but I will link to the Feed Your Craft shop because there are so many beautiful goodies that come out on the Feed Your Craft shop, so you definitely have to take a look even if they don't have this kit available anymore. Right now I'm just going through all of my embellishments, trying to find some things that will work with my layout. This kit is definitely all about nature and growing, and so that worked really well with my week because a lot of this week was spent outside with my daughter, and it was really fun. It finally felt like spring, which if you've been following along, I definitely thought spring was never going to come to Upper New York. Alright, so here I am, and I'm just going to take some of those 3x3 photos and make them into Polaroids. So I'm just going to cut a sliver off all four sides, and I already have my 3x4 cards pre-cut, so I'm just going to use my adhesive to add my photos to the top part of the 3x4 card, and I'm just going to do that with all of my 3x3 photos. So as you can see, I had one layout of my traveler's notebook that I'm documenting some 100-day stories of my daughter, which I'm very behind on, but that's okay. One photo of my husband, and then one photo that my grandmother sent to me. That's actually a photo of a photo, and that is of my grandmother when she was 15 years old, and I looked at it and I thought that I had time traveled because that definitely looks like me at 15. So I thought that was a really fun thing to incorporate into my project life. I also have that photo of my daughter with the tree. As you can see, she's wearing a winter coat, so it was definitely still nippy, but it was warm enough that we really enjoyed being outside and everything. So I just added that little nature word art to the photo of my daughter in the tree, and then I am going to be moving on to that 3x4 card, also from the Feed Your Craft kit, and I'm just going to be using some pop dots to kind of give that Embrace Today sentiment a little bit more dimension. I really like using the pop dots in these layouts. If you've been following my channel for a little bit, you know that I've kind of been on a pop dot craze, but I really do like how much dimension it gives to my layout, and it just adds a little bit of extra something, so that's always fun. On this picture of my daughter at the playground, I added this little label sticker that came in the Feed Your Craft embellishment kit, as well as this little Grow Wild circle that I'm stapling down, and then to complete that, I'm also going to be adding a little word art that says Dream Big, and I'm going to pop that up with some foam dots as well, just to kind of continue that dimension throughout my layout. And there is that photo done. I am going to switch places. I'm going to, instead of putting that on the top right, I'm going to put it on the bottom left, just to give the layout a little bit more of continuity of color. So as you can see, I have my journaling cards printed out. Now these journaling cards are not from the Feed Your Craft kit. These are actually digital journaling cards that I got from the Crafty Pocket. So the one that I'm working on right now, which is of the TV and says currently watching, is from the Crafty Pocket Currently kit. And the others are also, I believe, from the Crafty Pocket Currently set as well. This April 4x6 card that I'm using is actually one that I edited. That is one of the Ali Edwards One Little Word monthly word art, digital word art, something like that. But it comes in the One Little Word digital kit that I bought from Ali Edwards, and I just changed the colors and kind of put that up there so that I would already have the April marked down, and I would just have to use these Amy Tangerine Remarks Pen Pal Alphas for my dates. And I thought that worked really well. I had a really hard time with this title card, so I decided just to go really simple add the April in Photoshop and just added these little, I'm not sure what you would call these, labels? They're not labels. I'm kind of blanking on the word that you call these. They're like manila tags. But I cut them out from the original card, and then I just pasted them on this 4x6 white card. And then I'm going to be adding that little flower embellishment in between the 16 and 22 to kind of serve as my asterisk. And of course, I'm going to pop it up with some foam dots because foam dots are my jam. So here I am doing that, and that works really well. I love the little bit of dimension. I thought about adding something on those labels. If you know the word for that, please tell me, because I know it's not labels, but I decided that I was just going to go with simple instead of being really elaborate because I'd already tried multiple things for this title card, so I definitely just wanted to get it in the pocket and move on. So here I am with this details card, which is from the Crafty Pocket Currently set. I just added this Live in Wonder little embellishment in between the details in my journaling, and then added the date with my date stamp, and I call that good. And now I'm just going to move on to that photo of my daughter's hand on the tree, and I already added that nature embellishment, so I'm just going to add a little bit of journaling to that card about how I love watching my little kiddo explore everything and how I'm so grateful that it has warmed up and we have more time to spend outside, because spending a winter cooped up in the house with an almost 2-year-old is really hard. But after I completed my title card, the rest of the layout actually went by really quickly. As you can see, I just added a little label sticker to that photo of my daughter, and then just popped up this little flower embellishment and added some journaling, and I call that 3x4 card finished. And to this 3x4 of my daughter, looking up oh so sweetly, I added this grow with the flow word sticker and then a bloom hexagon, and I just stapled that on there for a little bit more dimension. And when I looked back at that, I realized that both word arts were like on top of each other, and I kind of didn't like that, but I'm just gonna say that I'm letting it go and going with the flow. Kind of like how the sentiment says of grow with the flow, I'm going with the flow. And so yeah, that's my little perfectionist tendency coming through there. On this photo that my husband sent to me, I'm going to be adding a little banner sticker as well as this little sentiment that says getting it done, and I'm also adding a staple to that as well. And now I'm going to be working on my 3x4 cards. So these are my Polaroids. As I said, this is the photo of my grandmother when she was 15. I'm just adding this little popped up flower embellishment kind of in the middle of the photo and the journaling, and I'm just going to be adding some journaling to that card. I believe it is around this time that my camera cut out, so you will miss me working on the last 4x6 card, but hopefully you'll be able to see enough of it in the photos at the end of the video that it won't matter too much. So I'm just going to continue embellishing and journaling on these 3x4 cards. I added this Start Today circle sticker on that photo of my 100-day project because I thought it was really fitting. And I believe this is when my video cuts out, but you will see the last 4x6 in the close-ups. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks so much and have a great day. Bye.